Hi, so this is a continuation of the Facebook Lives I've had a couple of days ago regarding the performance management of employees and looking at psychological needs more from the perspective of Maslow's hierarchy. And there I spoke about how important it is for an employee to have challenge, to have autonomy, and then also belonging in the role. Now, what happens if, in most cases, and I don't say this happens in all cases, but what happens if they do not have any challenge within the position or even autonomy or belonging? And there are patterns that one can see within the organization. One being that there's a consistent pattern of employees being off consistently sick, or all of a sudden they start suffering from burnout, that you find an employee that did work quite well for a period of time all of a sudden is struggling to do the work. And again, that burnout also leads to a pattern of being off ill for a period of time. You also find that there are employees looking out for other work. You hear through the grapevine that someone is looking to resign, or they have put themselves onto the job market. And another pattern that shows up in the workplace is you can obviously see that somebody is not engaged in terms of what they are doing. So the reason why it's important to focus on employee experience is that you do not want to see these patterns within the workplace. You want to see where your employees are engaged, they are at work because they want to be there. And more importantly, you don't want to also notice that or hear from other people through the grapevine that a good employee has put their CV or resume within the job market. So it comes back to my message that I had in the week, or I think it was on Monday, where I spoke about why is it that we don't treat our employees like customers or clients. And it's quite important that we need to look at treating them going forward like we would treat our clients. We want our clients to come back to us and give us continued service. So very importantly, that is the reason why we also want our employees to stay, because ultimately, as I mentioned in a couple of other videos before, if you have a good employee leave, ultimately after a period of time you're going to find that your customer is going to be leaving with that employee after a period of time. You can put all these wonderful clauses within an employee contract, and yes, your employee cannot go and poach any of your customers, but nothing is going to stop a customer from making the decision of using their feet and following that employee. The other thing which is also quite important is that engagement is a continuous process. It's not something that needs to take place only once a year or on an annual basis. It's quite important to get regular feedback from employees, but as I mentioned as well, it's a two-way communication, in that as much as you're giving feedback to your employee, also ensure that they are giving you feedback. And if it's negative feedback, take on board what they are telling you. Are there things that you can put in place to make an improvement? We'll be surprised with the innovations that employees come up with to make the workplace a better workplace. And who knows better than the employees within the work environment themselves? The other thing I always tell my clients, look at the environment that the employee is working within. Do they have the tools to be able to do the job? The environment that you expect them to work in, is it a conducive environment to be in? Is it a place that they want to continuously come back to and say, I love working here, I will refer other people to work for this organization as well? If employees are given the environment, they will prosper, and by them prospering, that leads to higher efficiency, and with higher efficiency, I really believe that it leads to higher performance within the organization, meaning you will see that on your bottom line. So in my next video, let's focus on the environment, because I think environment is quite important. And a lot of you might ask, well, what does this have to do with performance management? Ultimately, at the end of the day, if employees have the skill sets, they can do the job, they are really good at what they're doing, then we need to ensure that we provide a conducive environment for employees to work within. If you enjoyed this live in terms of the teachings I've given through, please give comments down below. And also, if there are things that you want me to focus on, that you feel is important within your work environment, then please share that with me, and I will see what other Facebook Lives I can focus on going forward with regard to that. For now, enjoy the rest of your day or evening, wherever you find yourself, and I'll log on tomorrow again. So if you'd like to join me going forward, please log on to Constantia Consulting, my Facebook page, where I will have regular call-ins or touch-ins to share some of my experiences. That's all for now, and let's chat again later. Bye.